What's up, y'all? Let me know what city you're watching from. What's good, good people? How you doing? How you living? How's it going? What is happening? I hope that you are doing well. Yeah. Let me know as you are watching, as you are coming into the room. Let me know what city you are watching from. We're simulcasting right now, so I'm gonna be looking, here, there, everywhere. Simulcasting on Facebook. We're simulcasting on Instagram, YouTube. I see we got Ypsilanti, Michigan in the building, Dallas. What's going on? Brother Daryl, Brother Billy. What's up, Lady J? I believe that's Maryland, you in. I believe that's Maryland. Ruby, Colorado. I see Tendai, South Africa. South Africa. Yeah, South Africa. Glenn Burney. All right, Lady J. Those of you watching me, tune in as you're tuning in. Share this with somebody. Come on, I need you to share. I need you to share this with somebody. Share this tonight. Gonna be a game changer for you. Share this. Share this. I only go live if I got something to share with you that I believe is gonna really spark your mindset, your skill set for you to be an asset in any particular environment. Let's go tonight. Let's go. Listen, I'm just coming in from an event, and it was what was called an influencer event downtown Detroit, and it was 313. It's 313 day. It's 313 day in Detroit. As we say, what up, though? 313 represent. What up, though? Come on, family. Just type that to me. Type what up, though. Type what up, though. Drop 313 in the chat, as a matter of fact. And so I'm at the event, and I was looking at the email and had my assistant write and say, hey, that I was going to be there. And I was still kind of scratching my head like, how did I get invited? I don't really see myself as an influencer at all. I don't see myself as an influencer at all. But I asked one of the ladies who was there, I said, how did you all decide to invite me? How'd you all decide to invite me? And they said, we were DM, or they said we were looking online and they Googled people in the city of Detroit who were influencers, and my name popped up. I'm like, really? I said, how you invite me? Saw your name online. We invited you. I said, really? She said, you're an you're an influencer, right? I said, really? So I guess it's kind of new to me. Kind of new to me that, I didn't really know that I was an influencer. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. But it was good to be around a number of different people tonight and to kick it and to just, connect with other people and see what's going on. Because, for me, it's at church, to church, from church. As the pastor of the Remnant Worshipers Ministry here in the city of Detroit. So we working it. And we're going to work tonight as well. Invite somebody in as you're coming in. Let me know what city you're watching from. Let me know what city you're watching from with simulcast on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And so I need y'all to let somebody know that we're online now. Check this out. We're going to jump into it right here. I'm talking tonight about three ways that I could have saved more money writing a book. The Glam Doctor, what's up? What's going on? I could have saved more money if I knew what I'm getting ready to tell you. Really could have. Really could have. And we want to talk about how to write a book. 3 ways I could have saved thousands of dollars. I'm already having flashbacks thinking about it right now. I'm already having flashbacks. But let me jump into it. I want to set the stage. I want to set the atmosphere. I want to set the tone just a little bit. And here's my conversational caveat. Here's my digital disclaimer. Is that tonight I'm going to share some hard truths. There's going to be some hard truths discussed. All right. So if you have thin skin, if you're easily offended, don't want to be challenged, if you don't want to grow, then this isn't for you. Just share this link before you exit. If that's you, though, you want to grow, you don't mind being challenged, you're going to accept the truth in love, then let's have some real talk. Let's get into some real talk with a real experienced person. I'm not telling you what I've heard. I'm telling you what I've learned. I'm telling you what I had to grow to understand. I'm telling you what I had to experience through trial and a whole lot of error. But I want to help you to miss the mistakes that I made. Made a lot of mistakes, made a lot of missteps, made a lot of mishaps. And in the interim, lost thousands of dollars. So take it from me. You're hearing some insight from a guy with decades of knowledge. You tune into the right guy right now. So much so that I got to set the stage and let you know what it is. It ain't bragging, it ain't boasting. It's just letting you know what it is. The truth is this. I like that. I like that name, by the way. I like that screen name. The truth is this. I appreciate you. Said I appreciate those kind words. Gifted for such a time as this. I appreciate that. Is that the one and only Sylvia Hubbard? Man, she's a goat. She's a guru of the literary game. Motown Literary Network, MLN, for sure. Now, I'm going to be writing on the board tonight, all type of stuff. So I'd like to, engage with my audience a little bit. As a successful author of 18 best-selling books, I am a best-selling author, sold thousands of books across the world. I'm not just talking about selling thousands of books across the city and across the nation. That's good and all. But I'm talking about people in the Netherlands reading my books. I've never been to the Netherlands. People in Poland reading my books. I've never been to Poland. People in South Africa and throughout Nigeria and other remote parts of the motherland reading my books. I've never been there, by the way. I got to go. Really do. Want to go soon and very soon. But I've been able to do that. I've been able to become an industry authority as an author. I've been able to create a literacy and mentoring program for many of our brothers who are oftentimes underserved, underrepresented in our communities. And that's called Boys to Books. Taking it to another degree, I've developed a men's ministry at our church called Iron Men's Ministry, where we're using one of my books, The Mask of Masculinity, How Men Can Reclaim Their Identity, Lead in Love with Vulnerability. I've written a number of books. I got a few of my books. They're all on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, iTunes, Audible, ebooks, audiobooks, hard copies. I might as well show you some of them. Mask of Masculinity, Strategies for Successful Schools, for our teachers, for our educational leaders. Learners are leaders for our children. Go check them out. You can get signed copies at my website as well, EddieConnor.com. I've been able to build a social media presence to where I reach at least minimal 150,000 people a day. I've been able to develop an empowerment conference. Some of you who are watching me were at that conference, where we had in my first conference registrants from 24 states, 13 countries. I've been able to speak on national stages, international platforms, simply because I wrote a book. I've had my books featured in major media outlets. I've been able to be interviewed on major media outlets as well. Right? All of these things. I've been an itinerant international speaker since 2004. And I wrote my book in 2005, I believe, my first book, 2004, 2005, something like that. But I want to get into some things tonight that I believe are going to be some game changers for you before you even write your book. Put your pen down. Step away from the computer right quick. Don't hit publish yet. Listen to me first. Listen to me first. And I thought about this. I said, I've written 18 books, and sometimes when you get to the level of you just writing books and you're putting them out and out, you forget what it's like to be when you first created the book, when you wrote your first book. You forget what it's like when you first wrote those letters and those words, right? You forget all of that. You kind of become removed. It's like your favorite singer, your favorite rapper. They don't sing about what they sing anymore. They don't rap about what they rap anymore. They were so hungry off the first book. They got about 10 albums out now. They more pop. It seemed like they were removed from the culture. Sometimes it gets like that when it becomes so natural to you. But I want to give you some real steps, tools, and principles tonight, really on how to write your book. 3 things that I believe are going to help you to save thousands of dollars. I've lost money because I didn't do things the right way. I lost money because I didn't know what to do. Thank you, Sylvia, for the super chat. I appreciate that. I lost money because I had to bump my head, unfortunately. Made a lot of trial and error. And a lot of people hear me, they don't want to give you the secrets. They don't. They just want to keep it to themselves. Not me. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to let you know what it is. Number 1, let's go to the board tonight. Let's go to the board tonight. You're not going to be bored tonight. I'm going to the board tonight. You're not going to be bored tonight. I'm going to the board tonight. Those of you, maybe you want to simulcast me on IG and Facebook. I'm going to the board. I'm writing on the board tonight. Number 1, let's get into it. Let's get into it. 3 ways I could have saved thousands of dollars. How to write a book. These are some things that you just have to know. You have to learn. One is this. Your book is not for everyone. Let me go to the board on this. 1, not for everyone. Hey, I may not have the best writing, but you can understand where I'm coming from. You can understand where I'm coming from. Matter of fact, let's go bigger. Let's go bold. Let's go bigger. Let's go bold. I may not have the best handwriting in the world. But I can spell. I can spell. Number 1, your book is not for everyone. Listen, when it comes to a relationship, you're not for everyone either. Hello, somebody. At least you shouldn't be. Is this thing on? Yeah. You're not for everybody. And here it is. That's okay. Your book is not for everybody. Because here's the thing. If you're for everybody, you're for nobody. Number 1, you are not for everyone. Share this with somebody, by the way. Share this with somebody. I don't want you to be selfish tonight. Listen, we're building a longer table, not a taller fence. Did you hear what I just said? We're building a longer table, not a taller fence. We ain't gatekeepers tonight. Dr. Jackson. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real tonight. I'm for real tonight. You're not for everyone. I was talking to somebody the other day, say, listen, you may not be everybody's cup of tea, but somebody's sipping. Somebody gonna sip your book. Somebody gonna read it. Number 1, your book is not for everyone. And here's the thing. There are questions that need answers. There are questions that need answers. What are these questions that need answers? One is this: why am I even writing in the first place? Come on. How can you expect the reader to follow you if you don't even know where you're going? I'm not doing it for the paper, I'm doing it for the purpose. And as a byproduct, the paper comes. But before I put it on paper, before I get the paper, before I put it on paper, why am I even writing in the first place? What's my why? If you don't know, the person who picks up the book is not going to know. And here's the thing: a confused mind can never lead people in the right direction. If you don't know what you want, somebody's going to decide what you get. And generally, it's going to be what you don't want. But how do you know what you don't want if you don't know what you do want? Are you confused yet? So is the person who don't know what they want. Number one, why am I writing in the first place? Another question that I got to ask is this: am I doing this because everybody else is doing it? Because it seemed like it's the thing to do? Or am I actually doing it because I have a passion for it? Am I actually doing it because I have a message that needs to get out to the masses? Listen, let me tell you this. Yes, I've written 18 books, but I never in my life wanted to be an author. Really? You gotta be kidding me. I need you to hear me. I never, ever in my life wanted to be an author. I did not grow up saying, I want to write books one day. Absolutely not. Never wanted to be an author at all. Yeah, I used to write poetry to girls in school and drop the poem in their locker and all that, but I wanted to keep it at that. Had no desire to write no book. But here's what happened to me in my life. Many of you know my tumultuous situation. I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer as a teenager. By the grace of God, I was able to beat it. I was able to overcome it, but it was a lot of depression, discombobulated, one to throw in the towel, one to give up. People I thought were praying for me were literally praying on me, sitting on the sideline expecting my demise. My own biological father never visited me one day in the hospital. Starting my life, now fighting for my life. And the chemotherapy, the radiation, losing my hair, my self-confidence, my self-esteem, wanting to give up, wanting to throw in the towel. It was a very, very daunting moment for me. And I said to myself, listen, after coming out of cancer, ain't nobody going to hear about my story. I'm not telling nobody about what I went through. Not telling nobody about what I experienced. It's going to be kept to myself. My mother told me, she said, well, I was literally with $1 and a dream in my name in a dorm room at Eastern Michigan University. She said, you got to share your story. Your story's not for you. It's to bless somebody through what you've been through. And I decided to write my story. I procrastinated, though. I didn't do it immediately, but I procrastinated. You talking to procrastinator, public enemy number one. Procrastinator, public enemy number one. Yeah. So bad that I remember being a senior in college and I literally threw my book at the wall because I waited to the last day of the final to read the book, and I ain't read the book the whole semester. And guess why I threw the book at the wall? Because I wasn't mad at the professor. I wasn't mad at, my colleagues in class. I wasn't mad at the anthropology class. Guess who I was mad at? I was mad at myself. Why? Because procrastination is the arrogant belief that God's going to give you another opportunity to do what he told you to do today. Procrastination is the arrogant belief that God's going to give you another opportunity to do what he told you to do today. I got to seize the moment right now. Family, just type now. Type now. Now. How many more people do you need to hear about who wrote books? How many more people do you need to hear about who turned their struggle into strength? How many more people do you need to hear? Hear me. 80% of Americans want to write a book. 3% actually do, but only 1% publish. Did you hear what I just said? This ain't my statistic. This according to the New York Times. 80% of Americans want to write a book. 3% actually do, only 1% publish. I ain't got no problem necessarily with the 1% because they did it. I don't really have a problem with the 80%. Some of us are in the 80%. I'm about to do this. I'm about to do that. I want to do this. I want to do that. But you never actually do. My problem is with the 3%. You have written your book. You're almost done with your book, but you haven't even published it yet. There's some people as well in the 80%. You haven't written the book because you don't even know where to start. You are tuned into the right one who's going to help you to get it done. Here's some questions that need answers. I told you, you're not for everybody. Your book is not for everybody. Who is your customer? Who is your audience? Who are you writing the book to? You're not writing the book to everybody. Well, my book is for everybody. No, it's not. It ain't. Could it possibly get to everybody? Sure, it could. But you need to start off with who is your audience? Who's the low hanging fruit right now? That you say, you know what? JJ gonna get this book. Sienna, she gonna buy this book. Jeremy, he gonna get this book. Right? Some other questions that I need to think about. What do I want? What do I want to accomplish with this book? What do I want my writing career to be like? Because I said this to myself. Okay, I'll write the book with $1 and dream to my name in a dorm room, but I'm only going to write one. Add 17 to that. That's where I sit at with 18. Because generally, here's what's going to happen. When you write that first book, people are going to tell you, hey, when's the next one coming? The first one is always the hardest one. But now when you write the second one, you're able to look back at the first one and say, all right, this is what I need to do now. Here's another question. What am I willing to invest to get it done? Family, hear me. I need you to hear me on this. You cannot be who you want to be and who you are at the same time. Who you are and what you want to become, you cannot be both at the same time. One is going to cancel out the other. What are you willing to sacrifice to get to the next level? Family, if you still listening to me, if you rocking with me right now, just type 100. Drop 100 in the chat. Drop 100. 99 and a half won't do. Lord, I'm running, trying to make 100. 99 and a half won't do. What am I willing to invest? I need you to hear me. Discipline, determination. I'm not talking about motivation right now. Motivation is not going to get the job done. It's going to have to be determination that's going to get the job done. Because if you're waiting to feel like doing it, you're never going to do it. If you're waiting for a flash of lightning to come through the sky and, the sunlight just to boom and gleam in your eyes at midnight, it's not going to happen. What are you willing to sacrifice and invest? Hear me. The greatest blessing comes from doing what you don't feel like doing. Do you think I felt like writing 18 books all the time? Let me talk to somebody. Do you think I felt like writing a book every single time that I wrote a book? No. But here's what I understand. It's bigger than me. I want to talk to somebody. See, the problem is you made it about you. That's the problem. You've made the message about you. The problem is you're afraid to put the pen to paper. You're afraid to share and to silence your shame and the stigma and all the things. You're afraid to be the speaker. You're afraid to be the author because you've made it so much about you. What are people going to say? What are people going to think? They're going to have something to say. They're going to have something to think anyway. And some people don't even think anyway. So why are you worried about what they think? Family, just type in the chat. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than me. Your book is not for everyone. Here's what you got to get to. What is your why? Who is your target audience? What can they expect from you? Thank you so much for the super chat. Ruby, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, Sylvia, for the super chat. I appreciate that. Y'all are dropping super chats. I appreciate that over on YouTube. I appreciate it. Shalitia Latrice, now. That's what it is. Now. I appreciate that. It's bigger than you. Come on, family. Type it. It's bigger than me. Thank you for the stars on Facebook. We got a lot of stars on Facebook, and I appreciate you stars for dropping some stars. Thank you so much. Listen, this is not an overnight process, it's a through the night process. Let me go to the next thing. Let me go to the next thing. Here's what this now gives you an opportunity. It gives you an opportunity to build your audience. It gives you an opportunity to develop your craft. And I need you to hear me. I became a best-selling author before I had a nice size social media following. You don't need a social media following to do this. You just need a message that's going to cut through all the noise that's going on. Let's go to the second one. Let's go to the second one. Let's go to the second one. I told you, number one, your book is not for everybody. Your book is not for everyone. Number two, let's go to the second one right here. One time. One time. What in the world am I talking about with one time? One time. Book is not for everyone. One time. What do I mean by one time? Here's what I mean by one time. Family, just type one time in the chat. Type one time. Type one time, one time. Come on, type one time, one time. What do I mean by this? You write the book one time and you sell it for a lifetime. Do you hear me? You only have to write the book one time. All I need is one mic to let you know is one time. That's all you got to do. Listen, why are you making it so hard on yourself? Okay, you're writing the book on trauma. You're writing the book on overcoming cancer. You're writing the book on how to leverage capital and build your business. You're writing the book on loving yourself. You're writing the book on relationships. You only have to do it one time. Does that sound a little bit better for you? You only have to do it one time. But hear me, when you're doing it for the one time, let's do it the right time. Let's do it the right way. I would have saved myself thousands upon thousands of dollars if I had done it the right way the first time. Wouldn't have to go back. Here it is. Correct the typos. Come on now. Let's go to it. Let's go to it. Because sometimes you're reading people's books. Matter of fact, you're reading people's posts on social media. Come on now. If you know their posts aren't even typed correctly and then they putting books out, you already know how it's going to go. Sometimes the typos are so replete. It's so over encompassing that you now question yourself. Can I read? You question yourself because you done read the sentence about 10 different times. Try to read it 10 different ways. And then you say, you know what? I just give up. I just threw the book against the wall. You had a me in college moment. Yeah. Because the typos are just tremendously crazy. Thank you, Rachel G, for the super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. You only have to write it one time, but do it the right way. What am I talking about? Listen, family. You know why your book may not sell? Because the cover was crap. Let me talk to you. How do you expect to sell a book if the cover is crappy? I told you, if you have thin skin tonight, you can't handle the truth. This may not be for you. Before they ever read the content in your book, they're going to look at the cover first. What does the cover look like? Is the cover engaging? Stars Realty. You said, I'm reading a morning prayer book, and literally every page has either typos or the scriptures are incorrect. What? Blasphemy. Blasphemy in the book. Said I would never recommend that book to anybody. Man, since you didn't believe it from me, she has to tell you. Her words, not mine. Not her book or mine either. Typos, scripture's incorrect. Listen, family, got to make sure that cover is good. Now, here's the thing. Don't start. If you're not a cover designer for a book, don't do it. Don't design your own cover. Stop. Because I know some of you already have your book together. You're getting ready to hit publish. Stop it. If you're not a book cover designer, don't design your own book cover. It's not your ministry. You ain't anointed to do it. That's not your gifting. Leave it alone and let the experts handle it. Take your hands off the easy button because you're going to make it too hard on yourself. Get the cover together. Listen, people are going to sum your book up. Don't judge a book by its cover. That's a lie. People are going to judge the book. Yes, Dr. Ilani, is it okay to judge a book by its cover? Yeah, you should. Don't judge a book by its cover. People going to judge a book by its cover. People sum you up in 7 seconds, and they do less than that when they're looking at your book cover. According to research, they say people sum up the cover of a book in less than a second. Does it build any intrigue? Thank you, Ruby, for the IG badge. I appreciate that. Thanks for the IG badge. Here's another thing for that back of the book. Look at that. Look at the cover on the back of the book. Oh, this is not a selfie? You mean I didn't turn my camera phone around and I didn't take a selfie? Nope, sure didn't. Sure didn't. Those of you who are on IG, DM me that word author. Zen Magazines, DM me that word author. DM me. Send that to my DM. Listen, you mean I did not put a selfie on the back of my book? I sure didn't. I had a photographer take my photo. Why? Because I know I'm selling this one time. I'm writing this book one time to sell it for a lifetime. So I got to make sure that it's the right way the first time. Rachel G, you said, I don't like one of my books. I got to get the blueprint. You said, I took it off the shelf. Return on investments. That's right, Ruby. Come on. And I got to make sure that the blurb is right. The blurb is captivating. People going to pick up that book and they're going to look at this. Nobody has ever picked up my book to just go into it immediately without looking at the cover. They're going to do the same thing to yours. Hear me. The harsh truth, like I told you, everybody is not your customer. Your writing is an acquired taste. What is your niche? Your book is for a special group of people who are specialized in a particular subject matter. Your book is as exclusive as you. Who's your target market? What do they look like? What are the demographics? What are the psychographics? What is the annual income? Are you creating an avatar for your reader? What's their education level? Thinking about all these specific things. Very, very important to do. Is anybody getting anything from this? Let me go to the third one. Is anybody getting anything from this? Is anybody getting anything from this? I'm trying to help somebody tonight. That's all I'm trying to do. So much so that as I'm trying to help people tonight, here's what I want you to understand. Based upon what I'm even saying to you tonight, let me take a sip so I don't slip. Let me get my water intake. Now, for those of you watching me tonight, don't you wish that you had a manual that you could actually have strategies, structure, solutions, a system? What is a system? Saving yourself time, energy, and money. Don't you wish that you actually had solutions that you could just plug and play? That you could just say, all right, here's what I do to start when I don't even know what to write on the page. What do I do to handle writer's block? How do I now prepare my manuscript pre-preparation? Don't you wish you had a manual for that? Don't you wish you had some manuscript development? How do I develop my manuscript? What is it that I need to put on the page? How do I layer my literature? What type of professional editing do I need? What should the cover design be like? Point one, point two, point three, point four, down the line. That's real digestible because you never did this before. Or those who have done it, you want to do it the right way. How do I now get my paperback, my ebook, my audiobook on Amazon, on Barnes and Noble, on iTunes, on Audible? What is the step-by-step process to do that? How do I create a measurable writing schedule? Because it's going to take that. You may not, here's the thing, you may not be able to write for 5 hours or 3 hours a day. But if you wrote for 15 minutes, that's 15 minutes more than zero. Doesn't that count for something? It sure does. How do I format my book? How do I distribute it? How do I plan my book promotion? Because here's the thing, I don't want to just write a book and not sell the book. Do you understand that? Most people who are authors, their books are in boxes in their garage or in boxes in the back of their car, and they don't move any units. How do I leverage social media? How do I get book reviews? How do I do email marketing? Family, you don't have to wonder anymore, what if you had it? Let me give it to you. Here's what I have. I have my comprehensive 80+ page bestseller book blueprint. I can scroll. I can go on and on. It's a go-to guide to write your book. How to write your book, how to increase your sales, how to become an industry authority as an author. You don't have to figure it out. I've already worked it out. What we say in church? You ain't got to figure it out. God already worked it out. And he sent somebody like me to work it out for you. All you got to do is follow the strategies that have charts and guides. Listen, I'm giving you the same strategies that I used to write all 18 of my books. And here's the thing. Some of the books that I wrote in the early stages of my writing career, I wish I could go back and rewrite some of them, because here's the thing, I didn't have this. I didn't have this. And I didn't have anybody hipping me to the game and telling me, bruh, do part one, do this, do that, XYZ. I had to figure it out on my own. I had to toil for the oil, as we say. I had to learn it by trial and error. I've made so many mistakes. I've made so many mishaps. I've made so many missteps. I told you I've lost thousands of dollars because I made thousands of errors. But you don't have to do what I did. You can be better than me. And here's what I understand. If you get the bestseller book blueprint, you'll be like one of the ladies out in the Bahamas who just put her book out by using this. You'll be like somebody else who's here in the city of Detroit who just put their book out by using this. Somebody's getting ready to drop their ebook in a few days by using this. I'm giving you everything that I've used to write 18 books, to be on international stages, to speak locally, nationally, and globally. I'm giving you my book blueprint. My bestseller book blueprint is what it is. Charts, guides, standards, procedures, resources, strategies for success as an author. All you have to do is plug and play my system. Those of you on Instagram, you want to get it right now? I know you want to get it right now. DM me the word author. Those of you who are watching, DM me the word author. And here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. I feel favor on the room. I feel favor in the room right now. God, I feel God working on me to be a blessing to somebody tonight. Yeah. The QR code is on YouTube. The link to the QR code is on YouTube and is on Facebook right now. I'm gonna be a blessing to somebody tonight. I'm gonna be a blessing to somebody's. Here's what I'm doing. The next 5 of you who go right now to accessidentity.org/author. And this is what I want you to do. I'm giving you the hookup. I'm giving you a discount on this. Giving you a discount. I'm taking $60 off. If you put in the word SOAR at checkout, SOAR, accessidentity.org/author, put in the word SOAR at checkout. You're going to click on the link that says invest now, because you got to make an investment in yourself. Invest in your book. Invest as a down payment. I'm giving you what I wish I had. I developed what I wish I had. Do you understand that I even use this now for my next book? Because I can't remember everything. But I got a blueprint. I got a compass. I got a navigational tool and guide. And I won't allow it to hide. I'm sharing it with you. accessidentity.org/author. Tap invest now. You'll see a form that pops up. Click on that form. Click on that form. And type in the word SOAR as the coupon code. Coupon code. SOAR in the checkout. And I'm giving you $60 off. Go do that right now. Go do that right now. I haven't even got to the third one. I need, who's going to go get it? Somebody telling me, listen, go tell it on the mountain that you're going to go get it now. Go get it now. This is something that I wish I had. This is something that I wish I had. I might have written way more books than I have right now. Sometimes I feel like I've underachieved because I had to figure out so much on my own when it came to this. But here's the thing. You can do more than me. You can be better than me, because I'm sharing with you what I wish I had for myself. I'm sharing it with you right now. I'm sharing it with you. Now, let's go to the third one. Has this been helping somebody? Has this been helping somebody? Number 3, let's go to the third one. Let's go to the third one. While I'm talking, you need to be going and getting this bestseller book blueprint. You need to be going to get it. You need to be going to get it now. Go get it now. The third one, I told you, number 1 was your book is not for everyone. Your book is not for everybody. Secondly, you write the book one time, you sell it for a lifetime. One time, lifetime. Dr. Ilani, you got it. I appreciate your support. You said, I'm fired up. 10 die. Yeah, invest. Go ahead, do it. You sell it one time. You write it one time, you sell it for a lifetime. One time for a lifetime. Thirdly, let's go to the third one. Where's my pen? Number 3. IDP. INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that means? Yeah, IDP. I had to rap that part right quick. It just popped in my mind. Rhythm and rhyme is what I specialize in. IDP. Let's tackle what the letter I stands for. The letter I want you to write this down, family. Type this in the chat. Those of you watching me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, I appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. I want you to write inspire. Inspire. Write that down. Inspire. As you're writing your book, I want you to think about this. Who will be inspired based upon what I'm writing? And I want to put it this way. I love to put it this way. Somebody's waiting for you to become who you are so they can become who they're supposed to be. Here's the question. How much longer will you make them wait? Let me say that twice because it's so nice. Somebody is waiting for you to become who you are so they can become who they're supposed to be. Here's the question. How much longer will you make them wait? Every day that you procrastinate, you make them wait. Could it possibly be? Yes, it is. That you are literally holding somebody up from their next level because you won't do what you need to do to take your life to the next level? Family, do you understand what a book did for me and my career and my income and my opportunities? Wouldn't have created Boys to Books mentoring program if I didn't write a book. Wouldn't have spoke on stages nationally, internationally, locally, nationally, globally, if it wasn't for a book. Wouldn't have been on podcasts and radio shows and TV programs and had my books in magazines and things of that nature if I didn't write a book. People like you who are online, who have my books at your house, who's, in your library, you got the audio. You wouldn't have never read my book or heard my book if I didn't write the book. I digress on this. I'm getting worked up because I get passionate about it. I get passionate seeing people who hit the pause button on their purpose. Number one, inspire. Let me go back to the board again. Inspire. What is the big idea that compels you to write? What's the subject matter that you're going to write? Because here's the thing. You got to be inspired by it. Let me tell you this. I'm not inspired by writing something in relationship to Einstein's theory of relativity. I could read it. I have no desire to write anything on it. I have no desire to write anything on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It don't inspire me. It's not a passion of mine. Here's what you have to do. You have to probe yourself. You got to ask yourself, what is my particular passion and why have I not put pen to paper yet? Why have I not put my fingers to the keys to word process yet? You got to write about something that you're passionate about. Don't make it so hard. When you write something that you're inspired by, that you're passionate about, here's what happens. It now becomes easier. It becomes a teachable moment. It lightens your load. It makes the writing process. It makes the writing process more enjoyable. Truth is, you said maybe you should join a book club first. Here's what you should do. Here's what you should do. I suggest that you do this because we talk about even more of this in my Eagles community. If you're not a member of my Eagles community, you need to join my virtual village right now. TheEaglesAcademy.com. TheEaglesAcademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed. Join my virtual village now. Join that. TheEaglesAcademy.com. Let me say this. What is it that inspires you? What's the subject matter that compels you to write? Secondly, let's go to this. Secondly is desire. Desire. Here's the thing. What is the desired destination that you're going to take the reader on your literary journey? What's the desired destination? Family, you got to think about this. When you're writing, what does it evoke images of? Come on, maybe you're writing something and, when I walked into the house, I could smell lavender oozing out of one of the potpourri scents that was plugged into the outlet in the wall, plugged into the outlet of the purple wall. You see what I'm saying? I'm evoking images based upon what it is that I'm writing about. I'm taking my reader on a desired destination filled with vibes, filled with innovation. Here's what I love to say. Whatever you're building, you can build it better if you use better words. Your words are a paintbrush. What picture are you painting when you're speaking or when you're writing? You got the paintbrush. What color palette is it going to be? Don't let the content be gray. Come on, use other colors in your crayon box. Come on, give me some neon. Make it a colorful picture. What genre? Is it fiction? Is it nonfiction? I'm more of a nonfiction writer. All my books are nonfiction. Who are your main characters that are going to be in that particular level of your writing? What journey are you taking your reader on, rather, as a writer? Is it the scenic route? You going through the highways and the byways? Which way are you taking them? They're following you on the journey. And here's the thing. Nobody's going to follow you if you don't even know where you're going. Sis, you ain't going to follow that man if you don't know where he's going. Come on, the blind lead the blind. All of y'all fall into the ditch. Here's the thing. I ain't mad at the first blind man. I'm mad at the second one. I'm not mad at the first blind man. I'm mad at the second one because you already felt that the first one went down. Don't be a blind writer. I'm coming around the mountain. Here I come. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take some questions. Put those questions down. Put those questions in the comment section now. Questions in the comment section. Come on. Q&A. Because I'm getting ready to leave up out of here. Q&A. My last point right here. You got some questions? Put them in the comment section. Next part. Inspire, desire, perspire. Inspire, desire, perspire. If I knew many of these things like I'm talking about tonight, not for everyone, your book is not for everyone. If I knew that I could just write my book and I just thought about it as saying one time for a lifetime, even though I know that, but I need to know that. Look at the, yeah, don't pop my balloons. Those of you on IG, I love it. Yeah. Thirdly, IDP. Do you know what that means? Inspire, desire, perspire. What do I mean by perspire? If I knew these things, I would have saved thousands of dollars. Lord have mercy. I'm having flashbacks already. Y'all got to pray for a brother tonight. Whew. I got to fan myself with my book. Don't want to overheat. I don't want to overheat. All right. I can finish it. I can run on and see what the end is going to be. Perspire. Because I'm perspiring right now. I'm perspiring thinking about it. Help a brother out, please. Stretch your hands. Stretch your emoji hands to me, please. Please, stretch your emoji hands. It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. It's not my brothers, not my mothers, not my fathers, not my sister. But it is me. Perspire. I need a tissue, please. Thomas Edison put it this way. He said, genius is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. Yeah, that's what he said. Thomas Edison said, genius is 1% inspiration, 10% perspiration. And here's what I want to ask you tonight. Are you prepared to put some sweat equity into your inspiring ideas? Thank you, Missy, for stretching your hands to me. I receive it. Thank you so much. I appreciate the prayers. Are you prepared to put some sweat equity into your inspiring ideas? Because here's the thing. Yeah, it's good to outline. Outline means that you're creating a path from the first scene to the last scene. That's good to do. When you outline it, you can see it all as a big puzzle. You can kind of stand back and look at it a little bit. You see every step to the end. Yeah, you can brainstorm. That's real good to do. Here's what I personally do. I personally create my chapter titles first, and then I build and I base much of what it is that I write upon those chapter titles. That's my big idea. And then I retrofit all the content that needs to go into that main idea. It's kind of like, to me, when I'm writing, it's like a math problem. When I'm writing, it's like a puzzle. What piece fits? Well, I don't know how to do it because, I get writer's block. You get writer's block because you keep saying you get writer's block. Your words create your world. What you speak into the atmosphere will appear. Your future, your funeral is on the tip of your tongue. How do you handle writer's block? You create another idea and you don't get stuck by the last idea. And then that new idea will eventually connect to the old idea. I'm riding around the block. Writing and riding around the block. I go into that a little bit more, how to handle that in my bestseller book blueprint. You need to get that. And here's the thing. Out of all of that, the brainstorming, the outlining, the chapter title creating, here's the main thing, though. You can do all of that, but the main thing is you have to write the book. This is not rocket science. No, it sounds like a no-brainer, but so many people, they fail to follow the rule. And here's the thing. Without writing the book, you'll never be an author. Without writing the book, it never gets into the hands of people like me. And like I told you before, procrastination is the arrogant belief that God's going to give you another opportunity to do what he told you to do today. Family, just type "let's go." Type "let's go." My aspiring author, let's go. My published author, let's go. It's time to increase your sales. It's time to become an industry authority as an author. It is time to take your manuscript to the marketplace and maximize it. It is time to get my bestseller book blueprint. Those of you who are on Instagram, DM me the word author to get it. Get that discount code, the discount code. Those of you who are on right now on Facebook and Instagram, or Facebook and YouTube rather, go ahead and get that. The QR code is right there, accessidentity.org/author. Don't forget to put in the word SOAR at checkout so that you can get the discount code and you can get every single strategy that I have used to be a best-selling author. I don't shortchange you. I'm actually over-serving you. I'm giving you more than you even need. But if you follow the steps, and it's very easy to do, I literally outline it for you. I tell you point 1. I tell you step 1, step 2, step 3, X, Y, Z, ABC. Easy as 1, 2, 3. I give you all of it. So simple as do, re, mi. Go get it. And I'm showing you what it is that I do to shorten the learning curve. Here's what I understand. Here's what I love about it. And here's what I understand. I'm going to get to the question. Those of you who have questions, put it in the chat so that I can answer it. The pre-manuscript preparation, the manuscript development, the professional editing, the cover design, how to do that, who to even connect to, the ebook, the printing process and the procedures, creating a measurable writing schedule, how to market your message to the masses in the marketplace, how to format your book, how to distribute that book, how to plan your book distribution, how to engage with social media on that, how to build that social media audience, how to get those book reviews, how to do the email marketing, how to add layers to your literature. Put in the word SOAR at checkout, get $60 off. Here's what I'm doing. I'm giving you what I've learned in decades in a download. Are you hearing me right now? I'm giving you what I've learned in decades. You get to skip all the mistakes I made. You get to skip all the missteps. You get to skip all my mishaps. You get to skip all the thousands of dollars. You get to pocket that money. You get to keep it. I took the L. And the L became a lesson. The L is me showing you some love for your literature. I took what I've learned in decades and I give it to you in a download. Here's what good mentorship does. It takes mentors. Mentorship teaches you in two ways: mistakes and mentors. Better learn from the mistake of a mentor than to make your own. Mentorship also does this. Mentorship also does this. It also takes what I've learned in moments and months and it gives it to you in minutes. I'm talking better than y'all talking back to me tonight. The digital doors of the book blueprint are open. Will there be one? I told you, for the next 5 of you who go ahead, the next 5 who go ahead and get the book blueprint right now, you're getting $60 off. Yeah. Run through these digital doors and go get that. The next 5 of you. Cutting it off at 5. The next 5 of you who go ahead and get that right now, accessidentity.org/author. Put in the word SOAR at checkout, and I'm going to give you $60 off without a doubt. After 5, let's go back to the original price. I got 5 on it. Yeah. Put in the word SOAR at checkout to get that $60 off. Now, let's get to these questions. I saw a question from Rachel G. Do you think people should start their author career with a tell-all book of their life? Should they focus on tea or testimony for longevity? Here's the thing. The book should have substance. It should be sound. I don't know necessarily if somebody should do a tell-all book. Generally when we say tell-all book, a lot of times it's really diminishing the other person, or it's, kind of just making ourselves out to be the, most grandiose person to a certain degree, when all of us to a certain degree are not just victims, but we're perpetrators too. But maybe we can weave it into a particular way that is not so much about them, but it is about how you have grown, how you have learned. Because as I said before, yeah, people may want some tea, but at the end of the day, if the book is going to have some longevity and some legs, it's got to have more testimony than anything. Yeah, it could be salacious for just a hot minute, but if it's really going to stand the test of time, it's got to have some real substance. It's got to have some real sound insight that's going to really connect to the audience. I would say that. Let's go to Instagram. Should every book have a foreword, and how do you decide who to ask? Every book doesn't have to have a foreword. Every book doesn't have to have a foreword at all. Generally, people who ask somebody to do the foreword, that person has a level of success. That person, a lot of times, they have some type of notoriety with their name. It could be the fact that it is somebody, even if they don't have notoriety to their name, it could be the fact that somebody is a mentor. Somebody has a personable connection with them. Could be a grandfather, could be a principal, could be a mentor, could be a sorority sister, fraternity brother, something like that. Could be a church member, could be a pastor, right? And so it can come from that. It's just more so based upon what works best for you, what you would choose and what you would do with that. But it is not essential. It's not necessary to actually do that. Not at all. This is what I like to do. I like to get, and what I have done, I haven't done it in a few books, but sometimes I'll get a few people to write some inserts in the book, some blurbs about it. You're giving them a particular quote or excerpt from the book is what I was looking for to say. You give them an excerpt from the book, you let them read it, and then, based upon that, you're able to speak to them and just say, hey, I'd like you to write something that would amplify the book, that would give the book praise. Generally, a lot of times you see on the back of a book, it'll say praise for the book. Sometimes that can go inside the book in the early first couple pages of the book before you even get into the meat and potatoes of it, through the introduction, all that stuff, the preface, all of it, before you even start getting into chapter 1. That'll go there, or sometimes it's going on the back of the book. So you just have to decide what you want to do. You could do both. It's up to you as well. Any other questions? Did I miss another question? I think I missed a question here. Yes. You said, Rachel, you said a lot of your clients want to write them over their hurt. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Is the book becomes a cleansing. But here's the thing. Some people are writing from a place of hurt and they haven't forgiven before they forged out to write. So the book becomes a bitter moment and it becomes lemons, but not lemonade. And you just end up played. So I think is one of those things you got to look at the bigger picture. Remember, I said one time for a lifetime. However, I'm writing this, when I print it off, I can't redact it. Can't renege on it. Can't retract it. It's up and it's stuck. Ruby, what's the question here? Let's see it. Were there moments when you doubted yourself during the process? How did you push through? Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, when you're on this journey to writing a book, there's going to be some doubt. There's going to be some daunting moments. And here's the thing. A lot of times we're going to be hit with thoughts that are trying to gaslight us. Thoughts that oftentimes want to manipulate our mind and make us feel like we don't have what it takes to actually see the book to fruition. And here's the thing. So many times we're so focused on how to finish that we never start. But here's the thing. If you start, I guarantee you will finish. And so what I had to do is I had to think about why it is that I'm writing this book. This is not just for me. When I take me out of the equation, I think about all the other people. I start seeing these faces and places and all this other stuff and stages and faces and places that I say, this has to be the cauldron. I got to get this book out, because if I delay the moment, there's going to be a moment when somebody needs what I don't have finished to provide. That's got to push me. That's got to compel me. So I'm thinking about all of that. And so as a result of it, here's what I do. I compete against me. It's me versus me. When I understand that it's me versus me, I can accomplish anything. You said, do it now, do it now. Yeah, she's a part of our Eagles community. And I told them, if you're not a part of our Eagles community, go to the eaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. Me versus me. W. Clement Stone, a motivational speaker in the 1800s. He said, if you're going to overcome procrastination, here's what you need to do. He said, every morning that you wake up, say these words 50 times. Say the words, do it now. Every morning for the next 30 days. Say the words, do it now 50 times. If you really want to double dare yourself, say the words, do it now before you retire at night, before you go to sleep. And why are you doing this? Because when you're saying these words 50 times, you're retraining your brain. You're unwinding your mind so that when you do have an opportunity to procrastinate again, you've already told yourself, do it now, do it now, do it now. That I'm not running from the opportunity. I'm running to the opportunity. It's fight or flight. I'm not going to move into a place of flight. I'm not fleeing. I'm fighting. That's what it's about. Dr. Ilani said, how do you conclude the book other than saying the end? A multiplicity of ways to conclude the book. I share about that in my bestseller book, Blueprint. But I would say this, you can conclude the book in a particular way with the end of a sentence, with a quote that you may say, something that you may live by. You can conclude it in a way where you're giving people 5 or 10 strategies to actually execute after taking the information. Now you're giving application. You can create a whole checklist, asking people questions. Am I doing this If you're writing a book on purpose, to actually maximize my purpose each and every single day. It's a multiplicity of ways. You can be even more creative than that if you want to. You could have a QR code that now gives them a video, a link to a video. Whatever you want to do is up to you. There are no rules anymore to this writing game. The playing field has been leveled. Now it is a direct-to-consumer connection. You don't need the big publishing titans anymore. They will come to you. Here's what Kevin Costner said. I believe he said it in the film. I never saw the film, but I heard about the quote in the movie The Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. Build the book. The opportunities are going to come as a result of it. All right. Go get the bestseller book blueprint. Those of you who are on Instagram, you want to get it, DM me the word author. I'll send it to you. I'll send you the link immediately. Those of you who are watching me on Facebook and YouTube, you can go right now. You can scan the QR code. You can get the bestseller book blueprint by also going to accessidentity.org/author. It's time to access your identity, and I guarantee you're going to make sure and you're going to get it done. The link is also in the chat. Click on that link. There it is with the QR code. Go ahead and get the bestseller book blueprint right now. You really serious about your growth? You're really serious about your book? You're really serious about doing it now and making it happen and not waiting any longer? There's no more excuses right now. Well, I don't know how to start. I don't know how to end. I don't know what to do in the middle. I don't know what it takes when it comes to editing and getting my book cover done and all these things. No excuses anymore. I'm giving you proven strategies from someone like myself who's done this 18 times, 18 different books. Just helped 2 people produce 2 books with this bestseller book blueprint. Beautiful books, amazing covers, amazing content. That they followed it from point A to point Z. Go ahead and get your copy. Download it right now. Like I told you before, I'm giving you what I learned in decades in a download. What it took me moments and months, I'm giving it to you in minutes. Go get it right now. accessidentity.org/author. I don't know how many people have already gotten it yet, but I told you. It's try to see if you are one of those first of the 5. If you can put in that coupon code, SOAR, that lets you know that you can go ahead and get it with the discount, the $60 off. I want to thank you again for tuning in. I want to thank you again for the super chats, the stars, the badges, the comments, the questions. I appreciate all y'all. Really do. If you feel so inclined to drop a love offering as well, you can do that. Cash App, $Dr. Eddie Ministries. PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr, gmail.com. Yeah. And of course, I'm inviting you to join us this coming Sunday, 10 o'clock a.m. at the Remnant Worshipers Ministry, where I serve as a pastor. Listen, a church alive is worth the flight of the drive. When you arrive, you're going to be empowered to thrive. You're going to be revived at the Remnant. You ought to tell a friend to tell a friend. You cannot afford to miss our word and worship experience, powerful prayer, praise, and a preached word that needs to be heard. You need to join us. Tell somebody, bring somebody. We cannot wait to see your face in the place this coming Sunday, 10 o'clock a.m., right here in the city of Detroit. Man, it's a grace for growth on our ministry, and you're going to experience it as you step into the building. Yeah, come with praise on your lips and in your hands, and expect God to give a breakthrough in your head, your heart, your home, and your house. It's all the way up. Peace and love. I'm Dr. Eddie, and I approve this message. Peace.